Hi, credit card company. I'm here to pay my annual fee. Right, but before you do, here's a $300 travel credit. Oh, what? And looks like you've had the card for at least 1 year. Here's another $100 bonus. Oh, okay. Thanks. Yep, and here's another $100 for global entry. And don't forget, we gotta set you up for free lounge access. And here's another, whoa. What's going on? I thought I'm supposed to pay you? Oh, you do. Please pay us the $395 annual fee. And then we're gonna give you $400 of total travel credits. $395 fee, 400 credit. So I get paid? Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. For our new viewers out there, hello, my name is John of John's Finance Tips. You're probably wondering what card that could possibly be. That's none other than the #1 credit card of 2023, the Capital One Venture X. And as someone who's been in the space since 2011, I've never seen a card come on and really just shake up the industry. For the everyday person, this card is miles ahead of an American Express Platinum as well as a Chase Sapphire Reserve. So in today's video, we're gonna go ahead and break that card down in detail. We're gonna talk about the sign-up bonus, the earnings potential, the benefits, the annual fee, and of course, my verdict. And my goal, hopefully at the end, is to convince you that this card could quite literally pay you to hang on to it. And real quick, I do want to give a shout out to the Venture X gang. These are the folks who have been with me on the TikTok and YouTube lives where you have the Capital One Venture X and you totally understand the value that this card will derive. Of course, for everyone else though, not to worry, we're gonna get y'all up to speed and invite you in onto the party. All right, let's dive in. Sign-up bonus. This card will give you 75,000 Capital One Venture miles after you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. Now, the value of those points can vary widely. And one of the worst ways to use those points is to redeem it for cash because that 75,000 could be worth as little as $375. However, if we took those points, transferred to a flight partner, we could potentially get up to thousands of dollars in value. And a little later in this video, I'll show you exactly how to do that. Next, we have the earnings. This card will earn you 10 points for booking hotels and car rentals through the Capital One Travel Portal. You will earn 5 points for every single dollar you spend booking flights through the Capital One Travel Portal, and then you will earn 2 points for every single dollar spent everywhere. In my opinion, this 2x catch-all is an amazing set it and forget it. Unlike other cards, maybe you have to remember it's optimal for flights here and grocery and gas station and all these other spend categories. 2x catch-all for everything is just easy. And again, for the everyday person, you might not want to go to the length of printing out labels for every single one of your credit cards. Next up, we have benefits. The real meat and potatoes of this card. This card will come with a credit of $300 every year for travel that you can redeem through the Capital One Travel Portal for things like booking flights or hotels. This card will also give you another $100 anniversary credit every single year. Quite literally, for having the card, it says, hey, thank you very much. Here's $100. As a premium card, this card will also offer a $100 global entry / TSA pre-check credit, which is pretty par for the course at this level. The points you earn on this card are similar to Amex's membership reward points or Chase's ultimate reward points, meaning that you can transfer them to flight partners, and here is where we're going to unlock thousands of dollars in extra value. So the example I'm gonna walk you through is how we are going to fly on one of the longest commercial flights in the world, from Newark International all the way over to Singapore. That's over 18 hours, and we're gonna do it in business class. We're not gonna pay the cash value of it, rather we're going to use our points. So pulling up this flight, we can see that if we wanna pay cash out of hand, that would cost $3,700. Yikes. But we can do better than that. We know that Singapore Airlines is part of the Star Alliance network. As part of the Star Alliance network, we can actually use miles from Air Canada's program to book on a Singapore Airlines flight. I'll get to why we want to do that in a second, but let's go ahead and pull up the Air Canada website. Let's go ahead and punch in the route for the longest in the world, which is going to be from New York over to Singapore. And when it comes to award bookings, the further in advance you can book, the better. So let's go ahead and go all the way out to next year to the 24th. And go ahead and hit search flights. Yep, you'll be brought to the Canadian version, no problem. And what have we got? Look at that, folks. From Newark over to Singapore is 87,500 miles on a Singapore Airlines A350-900. All in, this is 18 hours and 30 minutes. It is quite literally the longest commercial flight in the world. And of course, we're gonna do it in business. So you're probably wondering, but why would I go to Air Canada to book a Singapore Airlines flight if I can just book on Singapore Airlines with points? Well, you actually can do that. You can transfer your points from Capital One to either Singapore Airlines or Air Canada. So let's look at the same booking on Singapore Airlines. We go to singaporeairlines.com. We go ahead and punch in Newark to Singapore, making sure that we're selecting business, course, departure date as far out as possible. So we'll look at the same on the 24th of January. Hit done, search. Look at that, folks. 111,500 miles if we were to book on Singapore Airlines. Yet it was like 87,500 from Air Canada. This, folks, is kind of advanced level, but when you really get into the nitty-gritty of the points and miles game, you start realizing there are some weird sweet spots. We want to fly Singapore, but we don't actually want to book with Singapore miles. We want to book with Air Canada miles because they're partners and there's better value spending 87,000 versus over 110,000 miles. And if that was confusing, don't worry, pause, rewind, watch that again. But this is just an example of how it would pull value from Capital One points. In addition, being a premium travel card, the Capital One Venture X also has their own dedicated lounges. Well, lounge technically, for now. They've just opened a Capital One lounge in Dallas. It looks like they're taking after the Amex model, where the Centurion lounges are probably some of the best in the country. They haven't yet obviously expanded the network as widely as the Centurion network, but we should expect that they should be opening more soon. You're also gonna get Priority Pass lounge access. So again, these are just airport lounges all over the world, I would say. In the United States, man, but if you're in Europe or Asia, oh my gosh. Chef's kisses, folks. We're talking day beds, we're talking shower suites. It's phenomenal. And you get that complimentary with this card. This card will also give you free authorized users, which you might not think is a big deal, but let me put some context around that. So if you were to get an American Express Platinum card, you could add authorized users. It would cost you about $175 for 3. If you were to add authorized users to your Chase Sapphire Reserve, that would cost you $75 for 1. Now, why would anyone want authorized users? Well, remember earlier I mentioned the Priority Pass lounge network? Well, a Priority Pass only lets you bring in 2 guests. Let's say you're a big family. A family of 5, a family of 6. What, is it just gonna be you and 2 kids and you leave behind your spouse? Or is it just you and your spouse and you leave behind the kids? Absolutely not. With a Capital One Venture X, you add a free authorized user. The authorized user also gets Priority Pass. So you, Priority Pass, 2 guests. Authorized user, Priority Pass, 2 guests. That's 6 total people you can bring in. Of course, you can add 4 authorized users, so in theory, I guess you could bring in 12 with just 1 card annual fee. That right there is insane. And to put it into context, no other card offers free authorized users. Technically, yes, the Chase Ritz-Carlton card does, but that's not a card accessible to everyone because you gotta apply for a Marriott card, then you have to do a product change, which at one point I was interested in, but however, you can just get the Venture X, which is a card that anyone can apply for, and you automatically can add free authorized users. Authorized users get Priority Pass. Priority Pass brings in 2 more guests. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam. Phenomenal. This card also offers primary car rental insurance, so go ahead and decline whatever it is they try to sell you when you pick up your rental car. The card also comes with cell phone protection for up to $800 with a $50 deductible, and you can use 2 every 12 months. Now, let's talk about that annual fee. This card comes with a $395 annual fee. Whew, that is a pretty penny. Comparably, the American Express Platinum comes with a $695 annual fee, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve comes with a $550 annual fee. So yeah, relative, it's a little bit lower, but that's still a lot of money, over $300 for a credit card. But remember, those credits we talked about earlier, specifically the $300 travel credit a year and the $100 anniversary credit, $400 worth of total credits to be used towards travel. Yet you pay $395 for the card. The math would then tell us that you get paid $5 for the #1 credit card of 2023. You're getting paid for a top tier premium travel card. Compare it to the American Express Platinum. If you take out all of the credits, which I would argue a lot of them are pretty useless, you're still gonna pay $100 to $200 for that card. You look at the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you take out the $300 travel credit, you still pay $250 for that card. For the Venture X, and it competes at the same level of those cards, you get paid $5. So hopefully that made sense. Let me go ahead and wrap up the video with who I think this card ideally is for. If you are looking for a travel card, this is gonna be your card. If you're looking for a simple, no frills, 2x catch-all, set it and forget it card, this is your card. If you want to get paid $5 for a top tier premium travel card, this is your card. Now, who is this card not for? It's a short list, but if you are deep trying to go after some Chase cards and you're worried about your 524 status, this might not be one you want to jump on just yet, largely because this sign-up bonus at $75,000 has been around for a bit, and I think it'll probably stick around for a little bit longer. If you are a casual traveler and you just don't spend $400 a year traveling, then this isn't gonna work out for you because you won't necessarily get paid for the card. Now, if you're looking for a no annual fee premium travel card, take a look at the Bilt MasterCard. If you are a road warrior and you fly Delta or you fly through airports that have a lot of Centurion lounges, then this likely is not gonna be your card. For those people out there, take a look at the American Express Platinum. And that wraps it, folks. This has been an incredible video. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you already have this card? Are you considering this card? And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, as always, drop them here and I will catch you all next time. Peace!